Today we're talking about our own inner mother. You will hear our own experiences and also be given the opportunity to experience your own mother within.
Hello, welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation Webcast. Thanks very much for joining us today on this very special day. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome to you, Jenny, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, Patrick, and happy Mother's Day to you and your family.
Today, our topic is all about knowing your inner mother.
Yes, we all have an inner mother within us. In Sahaja Yoga, we refer to this inner mother as the Kundalini. Her qualities are like the ideal mother. She's nurturing, she's loving, and she knows everything about us. She knows exactly what we need.
Thanks, Jenny. Now's a really good time. I'd like to ask you, could you please share in your own words your personal experience of your inner mother and how you know your inner mother?
Okay. So I guess the best way to describe that is to talk about when I first came to Sahaja Yoga. So I started in Sahaja Yoga about 20 years ago, and I was going through a particularly difficult time. Mm-hmm. I had 3 small children, and I had just lost my own mother. And what I needed at that time was mothering. So I remember going to my first program and going through the realization process, which we'll talk a little bit about later, and feeling this intense love from within. Mm-hmm. Feeling a feeling of love, security, compassion, as if something, whether inside of me or outside of me, was looking after me. Mm. And at that stage, I really didn't know where this feeling was coming from. I thought it was actually coming from the person running the program. Yeah. And it was those feelings, even though I didn't know where they were coming from, that kept me coming back to more and more programs. After a while, I realized that what was happening was that every time I was meditating, whether I was at a program or whether I was at home or wherever I was, I would get these same feelings. These feelings of, really, you'd call it intense love and caring. Mm-hmm. And I realized that where this was coming from was my own inner mother. Because every time we meditate, this inner mother, or as we refer to it, the Kundalini, becomes stronger and stronger. Mm-hmm. So we're able to feel her qualities more and more. So on a day-to-day basis, I get support from my Kundalini or my inner mother she knows exactly what I need. Just as any good mother does, a mother knows her child better than a child knows itself.
Do you feel like through your experience in that meditation, it's like a relationship building with your inner mother? Like there's actually a relationship forming?
Definitely. I think after a while, I understand that this mother within me is there to support me in any situation, and I'm able to surrender things to her and know that she will work things out for me within. So it's definitely, we get to know each other a lot better, or I get to know her a lot better.
Fantastic.
And you, Patrick, what's your experience with your inner mother?
So it goes back almost 20 years for me. And I think I've mentioned to you in the past, Jenny, that having this conversation previously, for me, in my life, I was wanting to become a better person. I was really conscious of wanting to be a better human being and a better person, both to benefit myself, but to benefit everybody. And I'd tried many ways to improve myself as a human being and nothing seemed to work. What I experienced very quickly after trying Sahaja Yoga meditation was definitely something changing inside me. And it started with that nurturing feeling of those motherly qualities that you talked about before, of the awakening of this energy inside. And when I felt that nurturing feeling, everything in my personality started to slowly, it doesn't happen immediately, it slowly started to come into balance. My character and my nature became more into a balanced state. And when that happened, I was able to grow into a more mature and a better human being. And that's what I was really looking for in my life. And yes, it was significant in that I knew what was happening inside was very much a nourishing and nurturing quality and energy that I knew in my heart, without thinking about it, this is only something that comes from the mother. However, it's from the ideal mother or the unconditional love of a pure mother. And what happened to me was, once I understood that this is really an inner mother, then I wanted to strengthen a relationship. So I really, in my meditation, wanted to know my mother properly, my inner mother. And in that experience, as it grew, I found that I became a lot more satisfied with a very simple and innocent life. And I was just happy with that. And it was so clear to me that it was coming from this motherly energy inside that was making, excuse me, all of this transformation happen effortlessly just through regular meditation.
And you really have to experience it, don't you?
Yeah.
To be able to understand.
100%. Shri Mataji describes that very well. A couple of examples that she's given is the great one that I like is, you don't know what a mango tastes like, and you can't actually make someone understand what a mango tastes like until you've tasted the mango. And it's the same. We don't know the potential love and transformation that can happen inside us from our inner mother until we experience it. So perhaps now is a good time.
Yes.
We can have a meditation with everybody and everyone can experience their inner mother.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's start. So we'd like to ask you just to sit comfortably somewhere, whether it's on the floor or in a chair, as long as you're comfortable. You can, if you're sitting in a chair, it's better if your feet are a little bit apart and your hands are relaxed with the palm facing upwards. So if everyone could please join us now, we'll have a meditation to either awaken this motherly energy inside you for the first time, or to strengthen your experience of your own inner mother if you've already had your self-realization. So let's close our eyes and just place our right hand on our heart on the left-hand side of the body. This motherly energy inside us, from my experience, is a pure consciousness, and she knows everything about us. So it's actually very simple. We don't need knowledge, we just need a pure desire in the heart, sincerely. So with our eyes closed, we can pray in our heart without knowing anything technically about where our mother is right now in our subtle system. Just pray from the heart. Mother, please come into my heart. Mother of mine, please bring me into a balanced state. Mother, Please let me feel the peace and the joy in my own heart. Keeping our attention in our heart, you can ask sincerely to this motherly energy inside you, Mother, please awaken. Please come into my heart. Please give me the state of true meditation. Please now take your right hand to the top of your head and stretch your fingers back and push down with the palm of your right hand. Put some pressure there. You can close your eyes again now and ask this motherly energy inside you, your own mother. Oh, Mother, please connect me to the energy that creates everything. Mother, please bring me into a state of silence. You can keep your eyes closed and bring your right hand back to your lap with your palm facing upwards. And just allow your own motherly energy to rise inside you, because she's the one who does the work of bringing us into a state of meditation. It's only a mother with absolute purity and unconditional love that can actually create that transformation inside a human being. It's beyond the human love that we know. It's something much greater. So please know in your heart that you do have this motherly energy inside you, who's your own personal mother, and will take care of everything. Again, we can place our right hand on our heart on the left side. And here we can actually say thank you. We can say thank you, Mother. Thank you for everything. Thank you for awakening inside me. And we can say, thank you, Mother, for my self-realization. Bringing our right hand back to our lap. Keeping our attention at the top of the head. We can slowly open our eyes. Jenny, you mentioned before your personal experience of your own inner mother. Could you expand a bit on, over the years that you've been meditating, how that's changed your life?
Yes, I think if I go back to when I first got my realization, the person I was then, I was looking for strength from other people. So it was the people around me that I would look to help me get through every day. But when I started meditating, and it certainly didn't happen straight away, but when I started meditating, I realized that the strength is inside me. And every time I was meditating, I knew on some level that I was becoming stronger. So even though I couldn't rationalize what was happening, I knew at some level that meditation was really making a change, and it was a really important change. And it was probably the only way that I could change as a person. So a lot of people, when you speak to people about why they want to meditate, they say, well, I want to be more quiet, or I want to be not talk as much, or they often talk about quietening down. But I guess for me, what it was is becoming louder. So it was really finding my inner voice and trusting my inner voice, and know that I had these strengths within me that I could use. So rather than thinking that, oh, I don't think I can do that, or I don't think I can do that, or maybe I can do that if that person comes with me, I realized that I didn't need anything like that. That everything that I needed was within. And the way I could develop that was only through meditation.
Yeah.
So I guess that, and this is something, it's really important to know that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. And you do need to put in the time and the effort meditating.
Yeah.
You really do need to meditate every day. And it becomes a very pleasurable thing after a while. It doesn't become a chore. It's something that you really look forward to.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like waking up in the morning and having that feeling that I don't want to leave the house before I had meditation today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I can't go to sleep until I've meditated.
Yep.
Very much so. And Patrick, how do you feel that you've changed? I know you spoke about that you found pleasure in simpler things. Was there other ways that you changed?
Yeah, I remember growing up as a young person in the Blue Mountains west of Sydney, in a really small town. Neighbours were very spread apart, so it wasn't like suburbia. And although I grew up in a very beautiful natural area, the national park all around, and in one way it's very nurturing, I had a very closed life. I didn't know much about the world. I grew up in this little, almost like a village at the time, and I'd never been anywhere and experienced much, and I didn't know much about the world. And one thing that did was made me quite shy, and I was lacking in confidence quite a lot. And after a while practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation, I felt again something changing inside, and I knew it was from this motherly energy. Again, it's very hard to tell someone why until they're experiencing it, but I just knew that all of a sudden this feeling of being too scared to walk into a crowd, or not wanting to speak, or constantly being lacking in confidence, that I can achieve that or something, it was just falling away. That was just, and again, it doesn't happen immediately. It's like, the way I would describe it to somebody is when you plant a seed, the seed doesn't automatically become a huge tree covered in beautiful flowers or fruits. It takes time. So what I found was, through regular meditation, this motherly energy inside really started to nourish what I'd say is probably all that insecure feelings that I had, and they just started to wash away. And then there was like a peacefulness inside, but confidence as well, which wasn't there before. Previously, as I see in most young men in the West, when I was growing up, confidence was a facade, and behind that confidence, that facade, was a real insecurity. And I was a typical young person of my culture, of my generation, in that way. And meditating regularly really worked that out. It just made that insecurity wash away. And you could see it happening in your personality.
Yes.
You know, it's like you wake up one day and you start behaving differently, and you don't feel that low self-esteem anymore. But again, as I mentioned before, it's like when we plant a seed, the seed doesn't immediately become a mature tree covered in flowers. It takes time, and the time comes through regular meditation, or it did for me anyway.
Yes.
Some people perhaps get transformation a lot quicker, but for me it's just been a regular change over 18 years.
And that's the thing that I notice, that when you ask people who have been meditating for a long time or even a short amount of time, everyone's story is different.
Yeah.
Everyone has had some sort of positive change, but it's always it's everyone's story is an individual story.
Yes.
And I guess that goes back to this inner mother that we have, and in that our inner mother knows what we need more than anyone else, more than ourselves.
Yeah,
so she takes us on this trip to become our best self, let's say.
I agree with you, and at the same time, there's this personal experience that we all have according to what we need to have.
Yes.
Because this inner energy knows what it is. It's something which is just deepens the beauty of it all for me. Is it's like a tapestry in a way that, whilst there's an individual experience, there's a great collective happening also, because so many people can experience this and then understand it. And so it's happening, it's a much greater collective happening as well as an individual thing.
Very much so, and you also grow from other people, from other people's stories, and you're able to introspect on yourself as well.
I believe that we were going to listen to a short talk of Shri Mataji talking about this inner energy.
Yes.
So would you like to introduce that?
Yes, so this talk is from 1991. Shri Mataji talks about the Kundalini, the qualities of the Kundalini, and also how the Kundalini is there to support us, and we only need to ask for that support. Whatever pure desire we have, whatever quality we want to change in ourselves, all we need to do is ask for that quality. And then then the Kundalini will help us reach that goal.
Okay, so let's meditate again, sit quietly and enjoy Shri Mataji's talk.
First of all, I think this is the most important thing to understand about your own Kundalini, as self-realization is self-knowledge. And the one who gives you self-knowledge is this your own Kundalini. Because when she rises, she points it out what are the problems on your chakras. Now, we say that it is pure desire. But we do not know what purity means. It means your chaste desire. It means it has no lust, greed, anything in it. That power is your own mother and is settled in your triangular bore. She is your own mother. She knows everything about you. It's like a tape recorder. She knows everything about you. And she is absolutely the knowledge. Because she is so pure. And whatever chakras she touches, she also knows what's wrong with that chakra beforehand. So she is quite prepared, and she adjusts herself fully so that you do not get a problem by her awakening. If any chakra is constricted, she waits and goes on slowly, opening that chakra. Now this Kundalini is the primordial power which is reflected within you. And within you, in a human being, it is like many strands of energy. So it's like a rope. And these energies are all twisted together to form this Kundalini. In a human being, these strands are 3 into 7, that is 21, raised to power 108. But when your Kundalini rises, 1 or 2 strands out of this come up and pierce the fontanelle bone area. Only 1 or 2. Because it has to pass through the innermost nadi, known as Brahma Nadi. It's all a spiral throughout, because Kundalini is a spiral, and these nadis are also like a spiral, like this. So the innermost nadi is the Brahma Nadi. The outermost nadi is the right side. And the second innermost is the Ida Nadi. So through the Brahma Nadi, she starts sending those threads. By that, they relax the center. By the relaxation of the center, the sympathetic nervous system also starts relaxing. And when it goes to the Agya chakra. Then your eyes start relaxing, your pupils start dilating, and your eyes can become like mine, very black, absolutely relaxed. So you can easily see in a person how far is the Kundalini. If it has pierced the Agya, then the eyes will be completely dilated and will be shining. And then she enters into the Sahasrara. Now it is absolutely pure light of knowledge, love, compassion and attention. All these three things are in that energy. We know of many energies like electrical energy, we know of light energy, we know of other energies. But these energies cannot think. They cannot adjust. They cannot work on their own. They are to be handled by us. But this energy itself is the living energy and knows how to handle itself. It thinks. If you see a seed being sprouted, you'll find at the tip of the seed there's a small little cell which knows how to go around the soft places and then how to encircle the stones and then how to find its way to the source. That cell has got, I would say, a little Kundalini in it, the way it moves. But within you is a tremendous force of Kundalini exists. So you have a storehouse of compassion which can be enlightened by the Spirit. You have the storehouse of love, compassion and knowledge and ocean of forgiveness. When people get realization, they do not understand that they have to now grow. And why they don't grow? Because they do not ask for these energies. A person who is a realized soul, if he says that I have to have more compassion, my compassion is not all right. My concern about others is not all right. My generosity is not all right. I'm exploiting others. I'm exploiting their love. Then this energy starts moving, giving you that greater dimension of love and compassion. But if you do not want to be growing in your awareness, then she says, all right, she is a half-baked Sahaja Yoga, let it be. She doesn't supply that energy which is stored within you. I told you, 3 into 7, that is 21 raised to power 108. So what a storage you have within yourself.
I hope you enjoyed Shri Mataji's talk. It's certainly a very clear explanation about the Kundalini and the benefits that she has for us. So thank you very much for joining us today. Happy Mother's Day again. And Patrick will give you some information on how you can keep meditating.
Yep, thanks Jenny, and also I'd like to say thank you for joining us. Wish everybody a very happy Mother's Day, special day today. now we know our inner mother also. We can really celebrate Mother's Day. If you'd like to continue to meditate and find out more about Sahaja Yoga or the resources that we have available, there's a few different ways you can do that. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell, or you can visit freemeditation.com.au/webcasts, and there you will find previous recorded episodes of our webcasts. Or you can go to freemeditation.com.au/resources and find further resources there to help you meditate at home. And also on freemeditation.com.au you can subscribe to our newsletter, and also you can join at 7 p.m. every Thursday and Sunday our live webcasts for the public. So please take the time to visit the website, join the YouTube link, and keep meditating. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.